am Nagarajam, presently working as lecturer at Government Engineering College, Karwar. Today, I will be covering the topic layered network architecture. At the end of this session, a student will be able to state the requirement for the layered network architecture, explain the basic concept of layering in the network, and describe ISO's OSI reference model. First of all, a network architecture is nothing but it is the standard and techniques for designing and building networks for network of computers and other devices. The building a network system is not a simple task, it is a very tedious and big task. To do this, the network system, to build network system, usually the network system is divided into many layers. To explain what is this layer, why it is done, I will give an example, an analogy of real life example. That is imagine sending a letter from to another person who stays at the another station. We need to use the postal service. To use this, what a user does is, first a person writes a letter, puts it in an envelope and seals it and puts it at the post box office. Once he puts at the post box office, a postman comes, takes the letter from the post box office and then goes and delivers it at the post office. And then at the post office, the letters will be sorted, and the letters once after sorted, then they will be put in a carrier goods, then they will be routed to the destination place. And this, the carrier goods can be a train, bus or aeroplane, or it can be anything. And finally the carrier goods, it will carry the letter through physical roads, and then that will be delivered at the destination place. Once again the letter comes to the destination post office, there letters will be once again sorted, and then it will be given to the postman, and postman carries that letter and puts it at the user's mailbox office, that usually it is located at the user's home, and then user picks up the letter from the post box the box and then reads the letter. Now the sending letter, it has many layers of task. Here the first layer is the user who is writing letter and then is away from that place and is putting letter at the post box office. And the second layer, that is the postman providing service to the user. The service is nothing but the postman picks up the letter from the post box and goes to the and gives it to the post office. There is the middle layer is providing a service to the user, and at last the lower layer, that is the one from the post office, the letter will be put at the carrier goods. The lower layer is providing service to the mid layer, that is the letter given to the post office is sent to through the carrier to the destination. Now here when the task of sending letter is divided it into layers, it has become simple. Otherwise, imagine if there were no services available from the post office, then what could have been the situation? Now the advantage of breaking up this task into layer is very simple. What has happened is, user is nowhere concerned about services what is provided by the lower layer. He has to bother only about writing letter, how to write, what is the matter. This is the advantage of breaking down the task into many layers. The same way, the building up of communication network is divided into many smaller layers. Here comes an organization, that is ISO, International Organization for Standardization. It has recommended a OSI reference model, Open System Interconnection Reference Model. It is a model for the building and designing communication network. This model suggests that a communication network has to be divided into 7 smaller layers, and the group and all the task in communication network has been divided into 7 smaller groups, and each group is assigned to one layer. In the same manner, the communication network architecture is divided into many layers. In this, there is an organization called ISO, International Organization for Standardization, which has suggested a OSI reference model for network architecture. There is an Open System Interconnection Model. According to this, the communication network architecture is divided into 7 layers, like application layer, presentation layer, session layer, transport layer, network layer, data link layer, physical layer. What are these layers are very simple. The overall process of communicating the data to other device has been divided into 7 subgroup tasks, and each subgroup task has been given to one layer that is responsible for doing that task. Here the physical layer is actually responsible for carrying the raw data, that is zeros and ones bits, and delivering it to the destination. This is the responsibility of physical layer. In the same way, each layer is associated with its own task and responsibilities. So now I will summarize the topic what I have covered. Now, as we understood, the designing and building up a communication network is not a simple, it is a very big system. That is why it needs a layered approach. The system has to be divided into many layers. That is why layering is required, and the concept of layering is very simple. What it means, it is nothing but identifying the related group of tasks and assigning it to one layer. This is the concept of layering. And in this we came across another one organization, that is ISO. It is the International Organization for Standardization, which has suggested a OSI model for the communication network, that is a open system interconnection model, which has 7 layers, as just now I explained. Thank you, one and all.